months or so, 45 keeps tweeting, read the transcripts, which we already know he doesn't know how to read, so you couldn't explain this shit to him, as his support among the GOP drops ahead of Senate trial impeachment. 45 took to Twitter as the Senate impeachment trial began on Tuesday, while a new poll showed that Republican support for the squatter has slightly dipped in the lead up to the trial. Read the transcripts, tweeted 45, which you don't know how to read, so nobody could explain this to you, referring to two rough transcripts of a 2019 phone call between 45 and the Ukraine President Zelensky. A call that took place on July 25th was used as evidence in 45's impeachment by the House. The squatter has repeatedly insisted that the call was perfect, which it wasn't, while Democrats say it's incriminating for 45 supporting the allegation that the squatter attempted to exchange foreign aid to Ukraine for launching an investigation of his political rival, former Vice President Joe Biden. 45's approval rating from the Republicans fell slightly as the trial approached, according to a New Hill poll. The previous poll, taken on January 3rd and 4th, showed an all-time high of 90% of Republicans supporting. See, 45 keeps tweeting out about the Republican poll. He always uses the Republican poll as his approval rating, and for the Republican Party, it shows that he had a 90% approval rating, but overall, 45 has failed to top 50% in 3 years. So overall, his approval rating is sitting at 40-something%, maybe less than that. The new poll taken on January 13th and 14th showed the squatter's Republican approval rating dropping to 86%. Yeah, that's among Republicans. But however, support for Trump for 45 from everybody else shows his percentage sitting at about 40%. Democrats remained unimpressed by the squatter, with 82% disapproving of him. The poll surveyed 1,001 registered voters and has a margin of error of about 3.1%. Early proceedings in the Senate trial mostly centered on trial rules and procedures. A Democratic effort to subpoena relevant documents and records from the White House was defeated along party lines. An opening statement from lawyers for 45 urged the chamber to dismiss the charges, claiming the squatter had done absolutely nothing wrong. He's done everything wrong. That's why he's in this shit right now. The content and implications of the transcripts 45 urged his Twitter followers to read have been disputed. Although the conversation in the July 25th transcript does not explicitly set up a quid pro quo arrangement, it does reveal 45 asking Zelensky if he can look into Biden. The version of the transcript released by the White House is labeled with a warning indicating that it is not verbatim transcript of a discussion. Testimony from Ukraine security expert Lieutenant Alexander Finman, who was listening in on the conversation, suggested that the released version committed key aspects of the call. Finman also said that his attempts to amend the transcript fell on deaf ears. 45 was currently in Davos, Switzerland, for the World Economic Forum, an annual gathering of heads of state, business leaders, and other significant international figures. He is expected to return to Washington on Wednesday, which is today, and of course, he basically told a whole lot of bullshit in that fucking Davos thing too.